What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Wrenching Wrecked. Last day of playing tractor, for now, I think. I don't want to bombard us with tractor videos, but I picked up this forklift the other day, and it's just sitting here, taking up space. And it's big, and it's heavy, but it's got a big ram in there, hydraulic ram, single acting, set up there. So the guy I got this from said he used it to pick up to about 2,000 pounds. Didn't love it, but he was very comfortable picking up 1,300 pound bales of hay. So we'll see how that goes and then figure out what we need to do to tweak or change that as needed. But in order to run that, I don't have any hydraulics back here. So went on the old interwebs and found myself a kit. So we got some hoses. Set right here for now. Oh, not gonna work. Back in the box with you. We got hoses, we got fittings, we got brackets, we got stuff, and we have a remote valve. So there's all the big stuff, and then this plate with remote control lever here. As far as I'm aware, that should just bolt right onto this thing. So I think we pop this plate off, get that out of here. Throw some O-rings in, pop this on. I know it's the wrong color, it's blue. It's gonna stick out like a sore thumb, but I was gonna do this last night and then needed Dottie approval, because if we put a big blue thing on our red tractor, she's gonna be mad. She said put it on and she'll paint it after. So let's get it on there and see how this goes. Never done one of these. I'm gonna say that all the time, because I've never had a tractor before. But I'll set you guys here, grab some sockets, and we'll get this plate off. All right, looks like we have 4 bolts here, 11/16. Okay, I don't know if these little guys need to come off. I don't think so. But it can't hurt. Just make sure everything's free. I don't know what this is for. And a hammer. Try and pop this up. Dead blow would probably be a better option here. Couple love taps, not much. Okay, short bolts, long bolts. Great, more oil. Another oily mess. Get a tractor and just have oil everywhere on everything, I guess is how that works. All right, let me set this down. Let me grab some rags. All right, clean up our oily mess here. Lots of O-rings. One here. One here. One more there. I'm guessing the other one's stuck in that top plate. Cleaning things up. Most entertaining part about YouTube, I guess. I think that should be about good. Maybe we'll give it one more wipe for safe measure. The flange surface looks really clean at least, so that's good. Clean up around this bolt a little bit better. Get some of the goop out of here. Like that. Now, here is our new one. Wipe this one down as well. What else we got? Bag of parts and O-rings. So, don't really have a ton of work area on this bench today when I have a box up here. I can move some of this. Get rid of that. These brackets can all go back in here. I'll set the hoses on the tire. Just like that. Okay. Here is our valve. Give this one a quick wipe down. And what do we got in our bag of goodies? Other than an oily bag. Fitting things can come out. New bolts if we want to use them. Remote control lever. More fittings. There's what we needed. The O-rings. Get these out. Oh, washers. All right. O-rings, I'm assuming, are going to drop right in here into these grooves. There are 0 instructions on this kit, unfortunately. Look right. I think so. If it's got a spot, it gets an O-ring. Surprisingly, these are machined pretty tight to hold these. And this one's kind of goofy, but I did find one video on these. Looked kind of like that. That's it. O-rings are installed. Don't know what all these hydraulics. Washers for the fittings, I'm assuming. Hopefully. Then we got new bolts. I don't know if I'm going to use these or if I'm going to use the old ones yet. Let's see what the old ones look like. Well, the old ones are longer, which I might try and use just because I think they're going to fit in there a little bit better. But this should just, in theory, drop right onto this. Is that it? Really? I think I am going to run the longer bolts. Long ones on this side, short ones on this side. Grab the other two. I'll grab a regular ratchet here. I might add washers to this at some point just because I like washers. But I don't have any right now and the kit didn't come with any. And it didn't have any before. I don't think I have any up here. Okay, remote hydraulic plate is installed. That quick and easy. So now, I think we're gonna start messing around with some lines. Quick little field trip to the other side of the pump. And these, I believe, are the washers that go in line of these pipes. Let's see if I can get these plugs out. These are identical, I believe, on the hoses. So we're gonna put washer on here, and then this should thread in. I don't know if I need sealer on here or not. We're gonna find out. I'll try it this way. I'm assuming that's a crush type washer, and I might not. That would be preferable, but grab a wrench. How big are you? Bigger than what I have over here, I assume. I think it's probably like a 1 inch. Come on. Catch a thread. No swivel on this one, unfortunately, so it's just a matter of trying to line this up and get it started. Come on. Come on. What is the deal here? There we go. Just push in harder. This is unfortunate. Get this seat up and out of here. Much better. How tight do hydraulic hoses need to be? Probably pretty tight. All right. So far, so good. I got no complaints yet. That all seems to be fitting and working. Now, we got to route these hoses somewhere to the back of the tractor, like this. We'll figure out what we're going to do with that once I get back there. And then we got to go grab the bracket, some more aluminum crush washers, and our fittings. So we need these two, and our bracket. It would have been really nice if somebody cleaned up all their blasting hoses that they left out. Now everything's in my way. Okay. What size are these? So this fancy vent bracket is going to bolt onto the rear end studs like that. Yeah, we'll go right here. So let me give it a wrench, pop these 2 bolts off, and then we'll install that plate. Onto the back of the tractor, we got these 2 bolts to pop off. Ugh. They're literally just going to come off for a second and go right back on, but oh, it's pulling the stud. I didn't want you to do that. Oh well. It'll go right back in that way too. How long are you? Out, and then right back in. See if I can get this other one off too. Hopefully that one will just take the, ooh, this is gonna hurt me. Ugh. This one's pulling the stud too, unfortunately. Come on. Alrighty. Out with these two, then we'll just drop these right back in. Tires in the way. Come on now. Saw a bunch of people complaining about this plate, saying that these holes weren't big enough for the bracket on the plate itself, but got no problems with that. I am concerned about the hose length though. We'll have to see. Looks like they might be a bit short, or maybe they'll just be a semi-tight fit. I don't really know yet, but tight and tight. So we got a bracket. Whew. Okay, it's a little closer than I would like it to be. The rear one's fine. Hopefully these were the same length. Shit. I wonder if I should have measured that. Now we have flared connectors that go onto these swivels, like that. And this is basically like a bulkhead type fitting. So, shoot, didn't want to do that. Oops. Did want to do that, I think. Guessing this will go on here like this. So these get tightened down like that, and these ones are swivels. So we'll have that, and we'll have this. That'll go something like that. Let me tighten down this one first. Shit. Really like that to be. Okay, so we'll run that one to the top, this one to the bottom. There's enough room, but it is a little tight on this one hydraulic hose, but I think that should be okay. This part, for the most part, should stay stationary, so let's take a look. Come on. Enough to get that started. So we'll start on the lower. I'm gonna grab a wrench, tighten these things down. I'm gonna set you guys over here because you're right in my way. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see all of it, but there's not really much to see. Just tightening down the swivel fitting first. Don't think there's any reason to put any seal in there because it is like a brake line fitting, a bubble flare type. That should seat into the pocket. I need to grab some big boy open end wrenches. But we got one. Now we're gonna do the same thing one more time. Come on. Up here. And then we'll tighten this inner nut, which is gonna lock this onto the plate. I need more wrenches. I gotta find something better than this. Well, 1.1/8 is not the right size, but it's enough to grab that inside bracket. So the top one's tight. Now, I need to tighten this one down. Come on. Give me a little on the lower. I really need a short 1 inch. Seeing as though there's no room to work on anything in here. But maybe this will work. If we come around this way. All right. So those should be tightened down now. On the hydraulic swivels, at least. Now we get into the fittings. Little baby channel lock should work for this. All these are doing now, this inner nut on the back just tensions this onto the plate. So, shouldn't have to be too tight. These are skinny enough to get to the inside. Just like that. Like that. So those snugged down now. We get to move on to the hydros, the fittings. So, washer. Yeah, let's start with the bottom one, huh? Try and give myself some sort of room here. And then the couplers. Maybe I would have been better off assembling these before it. No, just trying to think if it would have been any easier for me to do this before I put the brackets on. I don't think it would have. But hopefully we have enough room to get in here. Get these tightened down before I get the top one on. There's just not a lot of room. And then we'll check to see how bad it leaks and what I gotta redo after this. Maybe I need pipe thread on here, who knows? If it's leaking like crazy, come on, let go. Then we'll fix that. I do like it comes with little dust caps though. Keep dirt out of there. And unfortunately, I'm going to need some sort of double wrenches here, which isn't good when I don't have the right size fitting. This will go here. Come on. All right, next parts store run. Remember to get more tools. Definitely need some 1-inchers. All right, I think that's it. Relatively installed. Now, what can I test this with? I don't know what happens if I send oil through these. So it's also goofy on a single acting forklift attachment. Because, well, let me move my box out of the way, get the tractor fired up. I'll back it up here. I don't have to have it installed to operate the ram here. And I don't know how that's going to work yet. So, let's clean and move some stuff. I forgot about the handle, but unfortunately, I don't know where the little set screw went. So I think I lost that. Might turn up. So I just threw a bolt in there. It's kind of rusting. It's not the right thread. Just enough to kind of hold that in place. But how this will work now is I have a back and a forward, which should divert oil through here somehow. I don't know if I'm going to need to use this yet with the single action pump, but we'll find out. Neutral, key. Look for leaks. opening the garage door, because it's cold out there. Quarters, no power steering. All right. Try not to drive this into the barn door. I can't believe we actually made it through this. Could be a really bad idea. Seeing as though I don't know how all of this stuff works. But we have one hydraulic hose. Let's see which parts actually move here. So this will go up. Ah, shit. Do I really have to hook this thing on here? That's a lot of work. This thing's not light. Yeah, let's try it. Let me move the tractor again. All right, let's see how we can do with this. How heavy is this going to actually be? Do I back the tractor up or just try and slide and shimmy this heavy thing? Okay. How do I make you go down more? You won't. So, now, this needs to come up and in. This is going to be a pain in the ass. Am I strong enough to lift this? Oh, Jesus. All right, let's continue doing sketchy things. Can I get this up high enough to stack? Maybe? Ooh. I might not need the jack. Might just be able to tip this a little bit. This is sketchy. Sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. I can tip it enough and maybe use a leg to get this thing in. Come on. Come on, ball. Right there. Right there. One. All right, well, that's half. Somehow. I don't know how I feel about this part. Ugh! Too far. Too far. Man, I really need more friends. Okay. And then we'll throw a shoulder into it. Oh! Come on. Whew. Okay. Not too bad. So now we should just be able to hook up this top link somehow. We got a long way to go. Might actually have to adjust that out a ways, I think. Maybe. Come on. Come on. Oh, this is such a scary game. Oh, I think we did it. I got a forklift. Look at that. It's neat. Drop the lock pin back in there. Okay, well, now we can figure out the hydraulic component. So obviously, with that set up, it's not going to lay out completely flat. If anything, I would have to lengthen that top hydraulic arm, which maybe we'll put if we have remotes, maybe we can put a hydro assist upper mount on there. Oh well. Let's try this thing again. So this should raise up and down on the normal clutch still, or on the hydros for the lift. Where did I put you guys? Get me up to there. The longer link arm up top would allow this to kind of pivot so it's a little flatter. I don't see any leaks running just the normal 3-point yet. And now's the part I was really confused about. We have our hydraulic line here. I don't know which one, top or bottom, it needs to go to. So I just hooked up a single to a double, and I thought the fluid had to come this way and then return back the other one, but I don't know. So back is up. Any major leaks? So I don't know if it's going to drop down until I turn it off, unfortunately. Well, I'll be darned. It's actually working. Interesting. Fluid up and down. So I think we're in good shape on that. Very slow to go down. How high do we go? Should be useful. bottom where it's supposed to be. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Neat. Pretty happy with that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it right now, but it's kind of fun. Maybe I'll mess with that top link a little bit and see if I can get that to lay out a little flatter, but at least I can throw it on a pallet outside now. This does not need to live inside. It takes up way too much ground space. But if I set this down on a pallet, I think we'll be all right. Cool, everything's working. Pretty happy with that. Let me throw a coat on and I guess we'll pull this outside. Doesn't even look like we're leaking any oil. So that's a win. Pop these dust boots back in here. And then maybe I'll mess around with that top link and get this set a little bit straighter. Sweet. I'm happy. Got a pallet set up over there. Pull the tractor out, do some snow. Driving around in it at least. I don't have a plow yet. But we'll try and take this 3-point off of here. Kind of just want to lift things up. Come on, gas. Come on, gas. Little girl doesn't like the cold. Okay. Time to disconnect things that we just spent a ton of muscle energy getting hooked up. That should at least be mountable now. Oh boy, really need a plow. I wasn't sure how this driveway was maintained. They do like the main drive, the guys across the way, but have not done this one. So maybe I'll go try and make friends over there, see if they can help me out this time. But let me get the tractor back in. Back in, we are good to go. This is working, no leaks whatsoever. So I'm happy with that thus far. I got the regular trailer hitch back on for now, which works for basically just moving the compressor around. And unfortunately, I completely forgot that I wanted to use the pallet forks to lift this sickle bar and move that outside too. But now I really don't feel like going back out in the cold and rehooking that up. So let me mess with the compressor and then see, maybe I'll get some motivation to want to play with the pallet forks again. Valve thing is working. We'll get Dottie over to here to paint that blue off of there. And we're back to the hitch mount again. Overall, for a crusty, rusty little forklift attachment, that worked great. Hitched up the sickle bar. Almost lost a pinky. Thing's sharp. Not a good idea to put your finger between the blades even when it's off. My bad, but it was very heavy and trying to lift it onto a pallet, one-handed wrestling out something that's so awkwardly tippy. It was dumb, but survived. So sickle bar's out of here. Now I can do a little more cleanup, and then got a buddy of mine, I think, coming by to drop off a chopper frame for blasting. But we got a nice little nest for a couple of the implements over here. So the pallet forks are going to get used more frequently, especially right now in the winter. And then maybe I'll grab some tarps and tarp off some of that stuff. I don't really know yet. It's really windy up here, so I don't like the idea of putting tarps down because nothing ever wants to stay strapped in. But that'll wrap this one up now. So I did find the motivation. I got to play with the forklift. I am overall happy. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.